Yes.
then he just has runners.
I think
around
the key
him.
is the runners.
Yeah,
Son.
so we need runners around. I think
Son
he's
at
doing what
Spurs.
he's done.
100% with Mike is saying there. But what I would say is that for all of the shouts and I'm one of them saying, got to stretch the team, get him in behind. He's actually one of the best target men about, by the way. If you can get the ball into his feet, we don't trust him enough or take risks. It's a risky ball to play from back to front, a pass into his feet. He can hold off one or two players, draw a foul, get us up the pitch again in a different way, but we don't even play the ball into him. That's my frustration too.
So what do you think on this guy? You've played in these positions. You was great at spinning the channels. What's your thoughts on this?
In all honesty, I think Harry Kane needs to do a lot better. I think his movement was minimal. He didn't look to go behind, and he doesn't often. But even when he comes short, he's just drifting short very kind of lethargically. He's plodding short, and that's not going to help. So when you're a striker, your two jobs are obviously score goals, which he's brilliant at. He has been all his career, and he's wonderful at that sort of thing. But I think he needs his manager to say, right, I need a little bit more from you, Harry. I would have expected that if I'd have had that kind of performance. Because as a striker, let me tell you, he's up against three at the back. So he has got to stretch that team. Even when he comes short, you've got to go that way first to keep them up there, and then you come short. So when you get the ball coming short, you don't have to go 20 yards to get it short, like he ambles in, and they just let him go, so you don't get it. So he's not creating the space for himself for a start, and vice versa. And he's never really been a player that spins that much behind. But it's the same thing. If someone's in midfield, and got the ball, and you want it behind, you go that way first, and then you go behind. And then you stretch the team. If you've got someone going behind, you can stretch the team, and that creates more space for the midfield players behind you. But in his defence, even when that happened on occasions, there wasn't enough of the midfield pushing up from behind. So it's a whole team thing. But he has to.
I totally agree. But there is no variation in the way he's playing. So to give the defender something to think about, if he's always coming short and just kind of being laboured in that respect, me as a defender, I'm not having any worries about him going that way. So I can just condense the pitch the whole time.
But isn't that what he's done the last 4 or 5 years?
Respect. Me as a defender, I'm not having any worries about him going that way. So I can just condense the pitch the whole time.
But isn't that what he's done the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes.
Then he just has runners.
I think the
him.
key is the runners.
Yeah,
Son.
so we need runners around. I think he's doing what he's done and done very well.
Yeah.
That's
but
why
we
you
need
did Roland in the team.
Exactly. Nah, maybe, yeah. Or other runners. Or Foden's going, or Jude is going behind. And he got one touch in the box. Of course, that's good.
I think he gets frustrated. And I think sometimes when he does that, he ambles back. And he wants to play his part defensive in the team. But if you're playing fairly deep anyway, and your striker comes deep, as we saw on some of those clips that Micah showed, it exacerbates the issue. Because you're too far, then you've got no target to hit at all.
케인, 벨링엄 등 세계 상위 리그를 주름잡는 선수들의 전 세계에서 가장 경쟁이 치열하다는 프리미어 리그를 보유한 잉글랜드는 유로 2024 우승 1순위였는데요. 세르비아 전에 이어 덴마크 전까지 졸전을 거듭하며 비판의 목소리가 커졌습니다. 크게 보면 선수들이 국가를 위해 헌신하기보다 클럽에서 성공하는 것을 우선시했고 한 국가에 소속된 선수라기보다 소속팀의 라이벌 관계에 더 집중해왔죠. 그러다 보니 선수들끼리 협동력이나 소속감이 부족하게 됩니다. 이는 환상적인 팀플레이나 조직력이 나오지 않는 결과를 낳았죠. 여기에 BBC에서는 각 선수들의 부진을 다뤘는데 특히 토트넘과 미넨에서 잘했던 케인이 그토록 부진한지에 대해 분석했습니다. 한 패널은 케인이 움직이지 않고 침투하지 않고 느려서 답답하다고 외쳤지만 다른 패널은 그동안 클럽에서 잘해오지 않았냐고 반문했는데요. 이에 퍼디난드와 프랭크 감독은 일심동체로 케인 주변에서 침투하는 선수가 필요함을 얘기하며 대표적인 선수로 손흥민을 외칩니다. 손캐 듀오는 프리미어리그에서 가장 많은 골을 합작한 선수들이고 토트넘의 공격진은 리그 최강이었으니까요. 실제로 잉글랜드에 손흥민이 있었다면 어땠을까요?